Ladies and gentlemen, we are back at it again this week. 26 attempts and we have 6 on goal out of it. 26 attempts, 6 on goal out of it. So we have wasted 20 attempts, which is very bad. Burnley has just 6 attempts and they scored 3 goals. That is, they had 2 goals out of 3 attempts. We had incomplete 2 goals out of how many attempts? And we have just 6 on target out of. It is really disturbing. Then we keep talking about the formation, the tactics. The last 3 matches now, we've provided about 58 attempts. If I can remember, we had 10 against Fulham. We had 26 today. Yes, we have 26 today. We have 10 against 1. That is 26, 10. Then we have almost 20 or over 20 against Arsenal. I think it's 21 or so against Arsenal. Almost 58 or so, I don't know. And we have just 16 on target out of it. 16 on target out of 58 attempts in 3 matches. And we keep saying it is formation, it is tactics that made us lose match or draw the match. We had more chances against Arsenal than Fulham, and this attempt we have today now is more than the attempt we had last season in a single match. That has been the highest attempt we have in 2 seasons, in this season and last season. If that is how it is going to be calculated, we have today match as the highest attempt over last season full season. For you to imagine how good the game is, but we have to make use of our chances now. We can't have 58 attempts with just 16 on target. And out of the 16 on target, we didn't score against Arsenal, so we scored 1 against 1. We have just 4 goals out of 16 attempts. Unfair. 4 goals, 16 attempts. That is, we lost times 3 times 4. Let me say times 3, right? Because 4 times 4 is 16. So let me just remove the first one. So times 3 attempts, we lost times 3 of the goal, the actual goal we scored. We have lost times 3 of it. And we keep saying it is the formation, it is the tactics. We're giving ourselves issues back to back. We had a lot of chances in the first half. We could have killed the game first half. Now we are running into 90 minutes before we can even be assured we are winning the game. Playing 3-2, we are scoring, they're scoring us back. We are scoring, they're scoring. Meanwhile, we had the whole game in our palm for the first half, which is really unfair. And the coach is just pacing up, just walking around, disturbed, because the goal that's supposed to have gone in didn't really go in, and it is very disturbing because it's the one that will get the issue most. You can't sack the player. It's only the coach that can, it's only the coach that you can really face. You can't really sack the player. You can sack the coach. 26 attempts in a match. 1 is in one of our goal out of the 3 goals is own goal. 1 is penalty. So power play, we lost over 26 attempts. And out of the 6 attempts on goal, are we going to count penalty as attempts on goal out of the whole attempts we have today? It's really unfair. And I think we lost Konya today, and I think Mount, based on the updates we are hearing now, Mount is on injury already. I don't think he's going to be as hard as this because he actually played more time, right? He actually played more time, and based on this, they said he had injury for 30 minutes, so he played more than 45 minutes. It says so. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully, it's not that bad. But Konya is bad. Hamstring injury. Could be going for 3 weeks. Thankfully for us, there's international break right next one, but I'll miss him against Man City at Etihad, which is going to be a big blow for us. Korean is, I think, we needed a top man that will drop deep for us. That is why we didn't bring Sesko in before. That we brought Zex in. I think we needed a. Konya did it. He does the same thing. Harry Kane does the same thing. Instead of pushing himself as top line, you drop deep so that your two winger can make use of the ball. That is why we almost had a penalty with Mount, because the space was there for him to run into. Bournemouth had about 2 chances first half because the space was there for him to run through. So that is why they brought in Zexi instead of Sesko, which I really understood, because the style of play of Konya is the same thing as Zexi, which is quite different from Sesko. Sesko is the top man. He hardly drop deep to receive the ball, and when a striker drop deep to receive the ball, gives the two winger time to really make use of the space, because he's dragging about 2 players with him, dragging the 5 and the 6 of the opponent with him. So giving the space for a 1v1 for the two winger. So it's either you make use of the pace, or so that is something that Sesko don't really do that much, because it's not his style of play. He's like kind of the top man there. And I think Konya and Zexi are in that pattern. So I think Zexi will play more now because Konya is on injury, which is nice substitute for me. It's a nice substitute. So I think that goes like that, and hopefully we won't miss Mount. It gives a lot of pressure to opponents, and we have the penalty was based on his pressure. He had to pressure that guy, and he had a chance. So it is more of marking for Mount, and I really need him. Hopefully the injury won't take that long. Hopefully it won't take that long. Today is a very busy day. We've seen Chelsea play Fulham, very interesting game. We see Fulham playing as good as the way they played against Man, but Chelsea don't lose chances, which they didn't have enough chances like we had. They don't lose chances like Man, so they make use of their game, scored as early as they could, and make use of the second goal also. Man U struggling, scoring 1 goal and keeping it to score the second one. Very unfair. So Chelsea won 2-1 against Fulham, which is a nice one for them. I think they will be in the top position. I have not checked though. So after that we have Man U against Burnley, which we won 3-2. Interesting game, I would say. So let's move it from there. Sunderland against Brentford. Interestingly, I can't even understand. I think we have issue with Wissa in Brentford, and one more that has left. So I think it's really affected Brentford. So and Sunderland has been really good, you can tell, because they won their first game. This is the third game. They're having two games at hand for a championship club that's coming into EPL. That is encouraging. I like that. So move from there to Tottenham and Bournemouth. I can't really understand what really went from the Tottenham today. A lot of money has been spent on their head, and they just blew it off. We spent a lot on Tottenham. We spent a lot of time. That is funny, because I just said as if we are the ones spending on them, but you are spending on them. You are spending and penny on them. How can they lose to Bournemouth without even scoring 1 goal? That is rubbish for us, We so much rely on them because they won the first game, unpredictable. They won the second game, you're like, wow. These are the kind of things we do see in Tottenham. So we are hoping that even we know they are not consistent enough. So we are hoping that the first 2 months, 3 months, we'll be seeing that push, that push in them. But losing against Bournemouth immediately after beating Man City is really unfair to football life, really unfair. So from there, we'll move to Wolves, Everton, struggling out of relegation zone, moving front. So the game was really intense. 2-3 is the scoreline in favor of Everton. to the next game, which is Leeds versus Newcastle. Interesting game. Let's see how it goes. Interesting match for tomorrow. We have Man City against Brighton. It has already been tough for Man City, but let's see how they will survive this. We have Liverpool against Arsenal. Interesting game. You have to sit and watch and enjoy. Two top teams trying to prove they are contender for the league. You will enjoy it. That is, I think that is the last big thing for the whole weekend. So I'll leave you guys to it. So after the whole week, I'll wrap up and give information during the week also, as I do. You get, as I do. So I'll leave you guys to it. Subscribe and like. I really need that, please. I need that, please. Thank you.